Before I get into today's episode, I want to talk directly to you, the homeowner. I read a headline that stopped me cold. Nestle is cutting 16,000 jobs, the CEO said. The world is changing and Nestle needs to change faster. He's cutting costs to protect the company's bottom line, cutting you, and he's cutting jobs to win back investors' confidence. Is that interesting? Cutting jobs to win back the investors' confidence. Let that sink in. The world's largest packaged food company is trimming fat, cutting overhead, and protecting its long term survival. And yet, so many homeowners don't even think that way about their own lives. You are your own company, your home, your family, your finances. That's your corporation. And if CEOs are cutting costs, restructuring, and adapting uh, fast to survive, you're going to go slow like a turtle. That's normally what we do, because that's pretty much of what we've been indoctrinated to do, trained to do. Our mindset is to believe that it can't happen to us, even though we see it happening to everyone around us. You see so many people around us that are being laid off from their jobs, and somehow we think it can't happen to us. Isn't that interesting? So, homeowners, are you waiting for it to happen? Are you waiting? Homeowners, shouldn't you be doing the same thing as these corporations are doing? Cutting back, taking a look at your overall finances and want to impress the investor, which is yourself. You know, while they're protecting investors, you're supposed to be protecting your household. They have board meetings about their losses. When was the last time you had one about yours? They measure performance by profit margins. When was the last time you measured yours? They even said they're fostering a performance mindset that doesn't accept losing market share. That line hit me. They're transitioning the minds of their employees, but you can't transition your mind for your own home, your own household, your financial worth. But you're going to go to someone else's job and transform your mind while you're on their job, and then go home to go back to how the world want you to be. Shouldn't you be in that same transition? I'm going to tell you something that really hit me when they said they was transitioning their employees' minds. You know, homeowners, you've been losing market share in your own life. Your bills are climbing, saving is shrinking, your energy is gone, and you're still playing loyal employee while your company, the one you've given so many years to, can cut you tomorrow. And what would you do? Have you even thought about investing in your own thing, your own craft, your own gift, your own business, a side hustle, or even everyday investments, or teaming up with people to invest just in case you're next? And not just in case if you're next, but in case you want to decide to build wealth instead of building it only for a company. Don't get me wrong. We all do start out working. But at some point, you have to understand that's not the only income you can depend on. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. It's not going to work. And look, Nestle isn't the enemy. They're an example. They're doing exactly what business do, adjusting to survive. So my question to you is, when are you going to do the same? Are you going to stay doing the same thing, saying to yourself that it's not going to happen to me? That's not true. When are you going to stop spending like a consumer and start managing like a CEO? When are you going to stop hoping for stability and start building a strategy? You are your investor now. You are your bottom line. That's that's the only thing you can understand now. That you are your own investor. You are your bottom line. You can't trust these companies to keep you into retirement. That mindset doesn't even shouldn't even to me exist anymore. I'm staying to retirement. I'm going to retire at 64, 60. What are we doing? Really? Listen, you guys, if companies are reevaluating every expense, every job, every goal, you should be reevaluating every dollar, every debt, every distraction, because it's nothing but a distraction. All this whole political game is nothing but a distraction to keep us fighting one another while the billionaires up there get richer and richer, and they throw a flame down to you or to us, and they stoke that flame to keep us divided by petty differences about who's loving who or what color of someone's skin, and migrant or taking jobs. Go get them. They're available. They're available. It's the saddest thing to me when I look at this country of the great divide that has taken place. And it's look like the backbone is hatred. Or maybe some people think they're more superior than someone else. It's so interesting to me. But that's what they do. They keep us, the lower class, fighting their fight while they continue to get rich. You know what? The cost of surviving is getting higher every year, but the opportunity to take control, that's right here and that's right now. Have you noticed that it feels harder and harder to keep up? You're not imagining it. A new report shows that Americans are running out of cash fast. And according to Property Casualty 360 and the DOXO Insight Report, the average household now spends nearly $25,000 a year and 31% of their income just on bills. That's not luxury spending. That's not taking a vacation. That's just to survive. Utilities, mortgage, rent, auto loans, internet, insurance. It's not even the extras. It's the necessities. It's the essentials. These essentials are breaking the American household. There's a financial burnout going on. And the interesting thing is that most of us won't catch it, I think, until it's too late. Most of us are still caught up in the rat race. We got to have the nicest car, to carry the nicest bag, and da. But our soul just don't understand what is happening right in front of your eyes. Your eyes are wide open. They might as well be closed. You have to wake up, homeowners. Listen, 77% of adults say their financial situation is worse than a year ago. Nearly half have already drained their savings or delayed purchases just to pay bills. These are bills. These are bills that I think some of us have control of. We got to really start cutting out all that extra stuff that we don't need. Because it's time for us to start building wealth instead of giving it away to those billionaires who really don't care if we survive. They use us, guys. Yeah. And listen, 45% couldn't even cover 3 months of expenses if their income stopped. I know about that. And let that sink in. That is real. Last year, I was out of work for 6 months. I still had my logistics company. I also had my own personal finances, a child in college, my last one. That was hard. And then when my job became a little, I would say, unstable, independent adjusters, oh man, we're struggling in that field, which we've never done before. But we're struggling. It's a little bit of different struggle. And when I could not produce the income that I normally would have while I'm feeding my logistics business, trying to get it to grow, I began to fail on both fronts, logistics business and my personal. I had to make a choice. I had to let the logistics business go. It hurt me to let that business go. But at the same time, it hurt, but it taught me so many lessons, so many skills. Oh my gosh, the experience is unreal. And from that experience, from that failure, I have designed something out of it, which I actually have launched, but I have designed something out of it. And I'm so proud of it. But that's what we must do. We got to get to the point to where we're able to take the skills that we learn, win or lose, and develop something good out of it. Yeah. And so you know what? When I look at us as a whole, one job loss, one layoff, one emergency, and millions of families could lose everything. We're not prepared. And to me, it's almost as if we don't want to be prepared. We ignore warnings. We can see the writing on the wall and still think it will not affect us. We can see everyone getting laid off, but oh, my industry is safe. I used to think that too. I used to think that too. Yeah, used to make six figures. I didn't think I would be going backwards, but I did. That's why I'm telling you, no industry is safe, homeowners. None. You got to start thinking outside the box, or what, however you want to say it, and understand you're going to have to build that secondary income. And this is why we created the Homeowners Rebellion, because we can't afford to wait for someone else to fix it. No one is going to fix this. It can be emotional. Bills are no longer just a number on a statement. They are emotional weights. Families are fighting to stay afloat while corporations post record profits and then lay you off while they got trillions of dollars of surplus. But they'll lay you off because they're projecting the future. But that's something that we don't do. We don't project the future. We live in the right now, what we can get right now, what concert we're going to, whatever, and knowing that we have not prepared for the future. Every swipe of your card feels heavier. Every due date feels closer. And you know what that means, right? Because I'm going to tell you something. When I've been unemployed, I swear those due dates, it's like the month was so short when you don't have extra money coming in and you have too much going out. That month becomes so short. It's like, I just paid that car note. Where did it come back again from? I'm telling you guys, and when this happens, do you know what the people on the news would say? Oh, keep spending to keep the economy strong. Let's give them a dividend check, or let's give them a stimulus check to keep the economy going. So you tell them you want to pay me to put it back into the economy. They did that before. And we fell for it. We took that money, put it right back in there. Didn't invest it in nothing, didn't save it, didn't say, okay, I may have a rainy day, thank you. We put it right back in that economy to keep the economy going, keep the economy strong, but not our own personal. When we spend, they gain a profit. And when we fall behind, they collect. They're going to send those bill collectors after you. They will send lawyers after you. They will send however they can to get that money back. They're going to collect. We spend, they profit. When we can't pay, we fall behind, they come after us and collect. This isn't just a financial crisis. It's a control mechanism. They've been controlling the game forever. This is why this rebellion response is so important. We have to respond. And here's the truth. You can't outwork inflation. You can't outsave the system, but you can outsmart it. That's why this rebellion is so freaking important. It's not to really be in fear. It's about being focused. If they can keep us focused on our petty differences as we fight one another and they gain the money. If you all, half of the stuff that I read now, half of the things that I know now that has been a mechanism to use against us, they're doing it right now and they're succeeding. They are succeeding. Wait a minute, let me ask you something. Are you in a golden age? Do your bank account say that you're in a golden age? Do your wallet say you're in a golden age? Your investments say you're in a golden age? No one can tell you if you're in a golden age or not. You know if you are or not. Those farmers know they're not in a golden age. I know we're not. And you know we're not. So why would we sit up here and allow a group of people with the same propaganda that they know they're going to rehearse to go on every news outlet and say, oh, we're in a golden age, but you're broke and you're going to fall for that? Wake up. It's really now the time to make really smart decisions and get out of that mindset that they gave us. I'm talking about taking back our financial power by buying nothing that we definitely don't need. Pay off what we owe that really keep us bound. Invest in assets that pay us back. Keep our homes and our peace. Don't you know having peace? Being able to have peace, that is priceless. This system goal is to keep you too tired to fight back. Our goal is to keep free enough to live differently. We got to get free enough to live differently. Let me give you a move up challenge. I want you to calculate how much you spend every month on bills, then multiply it by 12. That's your annual survival cost. You get that cost, try to get a side hustle that will pay that cost. That will begin, that you can put away that side hustle that's going to pay for that. And then your main hustle begin to do your investments, your savings, and those things like that. Think what you can do. Take your skill, look at your skills, look at what you have, and create that side income. Now ask yourself, once you do that calculation, how much of that money is going towards freedom and how much is going towards feeding the system that they designed for us, that they gave to us, that we bought into. And that's why we're broke. You can't change what you won't measure. So start there. Awareness is the first act of rebellion. They don't want you to be aware. Once you become aware of their system, this is why they don't want to invest in education. They want to keep you unaware. This is why they don't want job reports to come out. This is why they don't want you really to know the financial stabilization of this country, of everyday American workers. They don't want you to know that. But once you become aware, that's the first step to rebellion. I'm going to close with this. Homeowners, I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this so you can wake up and prepare. The system is squeezing us harder every year. But if we unite, simplify, and stand on faith, we can outlast this storm and build something stronger than the struggle. I don't want to ever be in that struggle anymore. And I don't want you to be there either. Because one thing about wealth, it's not just about the money. Wealth is peace. Wealth is ownership. Wealth is freedom. This is the cost of survival, and this is why we fight back. Listen, if you feel like this really hit you and you know that you got to change, drop in the comments, I'm staying free. Put that in the comments because you know that this message hit home. Don't forget to subscribe to Beyond the Claim, the adjuster's voice to homeowners. I am trying to get to 20,000 homes. I want to make a change throughout this country, throughout the world if I can, but definitely a start with the country that I live in. If one person can listen to my voice and say, I'm going to make that change, man, I would have done my job today. But I would like 20,000 voices to come together and echo it out loud. I'm breaking free. Listen, the adjuster voice to homeowners, this is real talk. Real talk. And it's going to be more faith, finance, freedom, building wealth. That's what we do here. And listen, someone asked me, why homeowners? I said, well, I'm an independent adjuster. And that's the field that I worked mostly in. I connected with homeowners. I understand. I work with rich homeowners to very poor homeowners. You know, we're pretty much all the same people. Yeah. We just need to work together. Hey, until next time, keep it beyond the claim. See you later.